Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard here to review Stephen King's It. No, not the TV movie, the new big budget theatrical scary clown in the sewer movie. I have never read a Stephen King book. My brother is just a voracious reader ever since, I can remember, and he's read every Stephen King book. And I meet people and I say, I've never read a Stephen King book. What should be the first one? What is your opinion? I've never got the same answer. People say Cujo, The Shining, The Stand, Misery. Everyone has a different answer. So I just said to myself, I think I decided to sit down and figure out, read a Stephen King book. Because I've seen every one of his films. And I'm just curious because I know reading the book is going to be such a different experience, a more rich experience versus watching a movie. So here we have It. And talking to people who've read the book and have seen the movie, I guess they've made major changes in it. That in the book, first of all, you have these kids in this small town, and this clown, this entity shows up every so many decades, and it starts taking children. They start disappearing, and it's been going on now for like a century or more. And but in the book, I guess the kids that survive keep coming back in order to get the clown. God, why am I going blank on his name? Oh gosh, Jeff. Not Shakes the Clown. Anyway, I'll put a super up with the name of the clown. I'm going blank right now. Anyway, they come back and they want to kill this guy. They want to kill the clown because they don't want other children to disappear. So I think there were so many elements into the book, because it's very complicated, very, very structured book, that the filmmakers in this version, they kept it not in the 1950s, they moved it to the 1980s. They took the story of just the kids in the present day in the movie. They didn't do flashbacks, they didn't jump around. So it was basically the kids start disappearing and they go on this Hardy Boys adventure mystery to find out where this clown is, why are they disappearing, and how to stop it. So a very simple premise. Now, I'm not going to go through all the kids because all the kids are phenomenal in this, but each kid has their own personality, from being the nerd, being the little sickly hypochondriac one, to we have a girl that's also a tomboy in the movie. So everybody has got their main kind of personality that kind of well defines the group. It's almost like a Stand By Me adventure in this small town. And we have also the kid from St. Vincent, and we have anyway, just a phenomenal cast of all the children. I didn't want to go through everyone and take an hour and go through everyone. They all have their own personalities, their own characters. They're all phenomenal in the movie. But what really surprised me about watching it is that it is serious horror. Yeah, I mean, kids are dying. There's gore. There's blood. There's guts. There's psychological damage to this. And I'm not afraid of clowns, but there are a lot of people that are. Remember that thing last summer where they spotted killer clowns like walking along freeways or terrorizing children? Have you seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space? I mean, that movie is just intense. It really is. So it really crosses a line being a hardcore horror film, which I loved. I love when kids are terrorized. I love when kids are traumatized. People brought kids to the theater. I'm like, really? Because I was one of the kids with a nightlight. I was one of those kids that was something underneath my bed, and I mean, I had just a ridiculous imagination as a child, screaming for my mom, leave the nightlight on, stuffed animals everywhere. So watching this movie, I was like, holy cow. These kids really had to rise to the occasion. Their characters had to really grow up fast. And the movie deals with each kid's little backstory too. They're either an abusive father, also just a neglected little brother who was missing. You saw in the opening trailer with the whole sewer thing going on. So the older brother is just really upset about it, thinking it's his fault. So there's so much backstory and so much development for all of these characters. It's such a well-rounded horror film that it's just not a typical horror film. It really isn't. So it's doing phenomenally well. It's going to do really well. They're already fast-tracking a sequel, which they should. But it's going to be interesting to see, what they do with the next story. I'm like, why am I forgetting that clown's name? Maybe it's a good thing, huh? So it was just one of the greatest surprises of the year, and I can't wait to see it again. I really can't. But I'm going to see it at home on my big TV at home and just really start to watch it. But there are so many memorable scenes in it that are just going to be legendary in the horror genre for years to come. So it's that good. All right, so make sure you go see it and just make sure that you're ready for one intense, horrific, fun time. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website, vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, check me out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I got rid of Snapchat. Sorry, it bored me. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please go over to YouTube and subscribe. That way you won't miss any of my movie reviews and my interviews. You like this? Thought I'd get in the spirit because it's October. Halloween's coming up. So I'm Jeffrey Garrett in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. What was that clown's name?